Long before they became legends, Mufasa and the prince who would come to be known as Scar became brothers.
Hello, what's your name?
Mufasa.
I played Pumba. He's a warthog. What is he like? He's kind of a naive, enthusiastic, not the smartest creature on the plains by any means, but a very friendly one. And the secret to bringing him to life, I think, is really, just leaning into my childlike wonderment and enthusiasm, like a puppy dog. There's a puppy dog energy to Pumba.
I'm Barry Eichner. I play Timone. Timone is a meerkat. His best friend is Pumba. Timone is small in stature, but with a very big personality. And I think he's driven by a desperate need to be the center of attention, which he never is. And I think that's really the driving force behind him. Thirst, as the kids would say, I think.
They fit into the story because the way the movie is framed, it sort of is told in flashbacks, and the one storyline takes place after the events of the first Lion King movie, and we are telling the story of Mufasa, which takes place before the original Lion King.
Barry Jenkins is an incredible filmmaker, obviously. So to get to work with him was a huge honor. Seth and I get to record together, which is pretty unusual for these types of films. And Barry really encouraged us to improvise a lot and ad-lib a lot, which we did a ton, and a surprising amount of it makes it into the movie. I think almost everything, not everything, but almost everything we say was unscripted and something that happened in the recording booth.
I mean, I think people always relate to like outcasts and underdogs, and they are very much outcasts, and just by nature of where they fall on the food chain of the savannah, I think it makes them underdogs as well. They are prey for the most part, and vegetarians. And so, and I really think the fact that me and Billy are able to record together and really bring our own humor to it and our dynamic, and really able to play off of each other, and are kind of given free, license to try to actually make it as funny as we can, and we are both people without children, and so we are trying to make something that we really like as well. And I think that the combination of all those things seem to work well in the context of these movies.
Well, when you meet Timon and Pumba, the movie is framed with the idea that Kiara, Nala and Simba's daughter, obviously never met Mufasa, her grandfather, because he dies in the first movie. So she doesn't know how he became such a great hero and where he found his courage. And so Timon and Pumba, although really Rafiki, tell Kiara the story of how her grandfather became this hero. And when we meet him, he did have humble beginnings. He wasn't born into the position that we think of him being, and at the same time, neither was Scar, who we realize Scar's original name was Taka, right? And we see how their relationship developed as brothers of a sort, and how Scar's, has this complex story which leads him to being the quote-unquote villain, and Mufasa has a complex story and a relationship with Scar which leads him to be the hero that we know him to be. But you follow all of that in what I think is pretty complex for a family film.